Hey guys, Melon Dreams Cosplay here, and as promised in my last vlog, Embarrassing Stories Part 2 is here. So recently I went to the Denver Comic Con and Saturday was probably one of my worst days there. I had so much fun despite that, but I just had a couple of embarrassing things that have happened throughout the day. And the first thing was my Attack on Heartless attire. I was Roxas, but I had the weapons from Attack on Titan. And the issue was these boxes they took up some more space than just me, of course. And there was an issue with how short I was, that a lot of people couldn't figure out the boundaries that I needed to fit through crowds, and so that was an issue, and I had to get used to the distance between me and another person because the boxes kind of went forward from me as well, and the keyblades also stuck out, and I got, the keyblade sticking out, and I had a hard time figuring out the distance between me and another person. So throughout the weekend, as I was walking in the crowd, I would try to get out of other people's way, but in doing so, I'd have to go a little forward, and when I did that, my keyblade was just the right height to stab someone in the butt. My keyblade's now, instead of the tip being straight like this, it is kind of over to the side because it would be pushed into someone's butt. And yeah, so my keyblades are kind of turned on the top because it kept on going into people's butts. And some people, either they didn't feel it at all or they didn't feel like turning around wondering what just poked them in the butt. It was really embarrassing though if other people were just like, alright, this weird girl behind me just poked my butt. Now, the other thing that happened, my friend signed us up for a catwalk because it was in the spur of the moment. And that's where everything went wrong, was signing up for a catwalk in the spur of a moment. What the catwalk is, I explained it in my vlog, but what the catwalk is we show up after the cosplay contest and we show our cosplays and everything that we had made, but we are not part of the contest. It's just a little, show, a little modeling show. That's why it's called the catwalk. The first thing that went wrong about this was signing us up to do the catwalk in the spur of the moment. Because we didn't have our plans for going on the stage, like what we were gonna do when we got up there, and an idea, like we just didn't plan out anything at all. And so we went back to the hotel room, we rested a bit, then we went back in our costumes and we went and we sat there for 2 hours figuring out what they were gonna do with us. And finally they figured out what they were gonna do because they had this misunderstanding of organization and everything. So we ended up sitting around for 2 hours until they finally let us go. And through an elevator into a back room or whatever, which sounds really shady. So then we sat for another hour, maybe an hour and a half, then it was finally a time for us to do the catwalk. But when we went downstairs and prepared our papers and everything for our names to be called, my friend and I, we needed to go use the bathroom. And that was an issue because it was almost time for them to start the catwalk and we were in our giant boxes, which is really hard to use the bathroom with those on, so we would kind of have to take everything off in order to use the bathroom. We rushed back upstairs through an elevator, went to the bathroom, and it actually took us a while to get to the bathroom because the lady that was directing us had directed us to the wrong area, so we had to go back into the elevator and then go back to where we started and then use the bathroom. My friend and I went into the handicap stall. My friend went to the stall next to it, and handicap stall was very helpful, and so we just had a little bit of trouble taking our pants off with the boxes and everything, and then we finally used the bathroom. Then we went back and we lined up. When it was our turn to get called for the catwalk, they didn't have a specific track for any person or anything. They just decided to play any music that they had, and so when we went out, they mispronounced my friend's last name first, and then we finally went out. But when we went out, they played Harry Potter music, the whole main Harry Potter theme, and that was kind of weird because we had the Attack on Titan and the Kingdom Hearts and we needed like some badass song, but instead they played the omnibus Harry Potter theme songs. It was just crappy on its own because they mispronounced the name, and then when we went on stage it was this Harry Potter theme, and then I was supposed to do this move that was supposed to be all cool that I'd been practicing all day with, but throughout the day, like, my box started breaking apart and everything, and it was just bad. So what happened then was my friend and I went up and I tried to do the move, but I messed up, and I on stage told her that I messed up, and so then she was gonna put her keyblades down for some reason, and I'm like, no, let's just continue. And so it was just really awkward and weird, and then we just kind of ran off the stage. We kind of went through it all fast because we were nervous, because while we were waiting on them to send us through, that's when we decided what we were gonna do on stage, which was a mistake. We went on the stage, and then we quickly went off the stage after doing it, and it sucked, and they'll probably put it on YouTube, so we'll probably find it. That was the mistake, was signing up in the spur of the moment, and then figuring out what we were gonna do on stage right as we waited to get on stage. And I guess it's good practice, because I kind of wanted to do the cosplay contest at the next con, but it was just a mistake to do in the spur of the moment, and that's where it all went wrong. So yeah, that was pretty much my Saturday through the last con. Pretty embarrassing, actually. And once I find that video, I'll probably link it somewhere in this video, maybe the description or whatever. Once I find it, I don't know how long it's gonna take till they put it up, or if they're gonna put it up at all. But yeah, so that's my embarrassing stories, and that all came from one day at a con. So I probably have a lot more. I probably will have a lot more. But yeah, so that was it for this video. Sorry it was kind of short, but it's all that happened in one day. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next one, and thanks for watching. Bye!